Welcome back to another build breakdown. Today we're going to be making some mounts for the coilovers. Now some of the main progress that we're making on the car, we were trying to finish out the front suspension and get the diff mounted. That's changing up a little bit because I realized we're going to have to mount the motor first to see how it's going to line up with the front diff, because that front diff can move a couple inches left to right. So we don't want to mount it and then have to shift it really far over. The mounts we want to make for it will allow it to move over a little bit, but maybe not as much as we would need it to in that case. So the next big thing is really getting the motor in the car so we can line all that up. So that's gonna be put on hold, and all those mounts are just kind of on the back burner right now. But we do need to make some mounts for this, at least the bottom side. The top side that's gonna attach to that rocker piece is still in development, but we can at least make some pieces for the bottom. Now, ultimately, however it lines up, I'd like to make it one piece because the other coilovers sit like right here. I'd like to make it one piece where they both attach to, but again, right now we don't know quite where they're gonna sit or the angle they're gonna be at. So we're gonna build separate mounts for now, but I'm gonna go get 3D modeling and then I'll come back whenever it's done 3D printing. It's also gonna be quite a large piece, so I may have to come back to this another day depending on how long it takes to print. And just like that, 4 days later, we finally have a finished product. I think I said in probably one of the last clips, this was gonna take like a long time to make. It did. All 3 times I had to print it. This one piece took 16 hours, 3 times. But we finally got a piece that didn't mess up and has all the clearances and stuff that we need for the bottom side of the coilover. Before I fit it up to the coilover, I just wanna kind of go over it. It's a little dark, so we're gonna move. That's better, you guys can actually see it now. So it's pretty simple. It's just a base with 4 holes in it. And then it's got, I started off with just like a block. You guys saw the, I'll put up a clip of the 3D modeling. Just kind of shave down that side so it's not an ugly block, put a hole in the middle. And then I had to shave down this side to make clearance for the actual coilover, because the way it's gonna sit. I'll show you guys. So the coilover is going to, with the spherical bearing down here, slide in just like that. And then you guys can see why it needs that extra clearance. It's a little dark. Maybe that's just how it looks on the camera. We have a bunch of range right here. I might need to take more out depending on how far this sits over, but I held it up to the car, which I'll also show you guys, and it sits mostly at like that angle. So we do have a little bit farther to go, but I think it's gonna be fine. I am gonna have to print another version to make some more clearance in the middle for the bottom side of this. And this is just one iteration of how I think it might go, because obviously the coilover mount right there, we could maybe make some more room for these. These walls are not super thick, made out of aluminum or even steel. Probably aluminum I think would be fine. The other version of this that I'm thinking of, because of these walls are so thin, I think they're like 5 millimeters thick, which is not skinny, but it's not super thick either, is actually to reverse the mounting. So put the holes on the inside, and then basically all this room out here would be mounting room, which I think is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. It would only leave 2 holes mounting the whole thing down, but I think that'll be fine. But you gotta start somewhere. So this is what we started with, and it might be what we go with. We don't know. I also just found this bolt that's roughly the right size. Obviously not lengthwise, but yeah, that holds it in there. Also, for reference, that's what it's gonna kind of look like mounted there. That is completely the wrong angle. It's gonna sit more like down there, but that's just to hold it up. I think that's all I have for today. I will definitely update this video if I go with the other piece. I'll make a whole separate video with all the design changes and why we're doing that, because I don't wanna like show you guys that and then just end up with a whole new piece. Definitely go check out my Instagram in the description. I always post like a couple days before, or try to post a couple days before the video comes out. So if you guys wanna see some stuff early, there might not be full details there, but you guys will at least get, you know, excited about maybe what the next steps are. Other than that, next step for the car is kind of putting the motor in, I think. So get excited for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.